overall, just one of the best games I've seen in MCS maybe ever. We have Cole on defense right now in the Chargers. This is the first time in a live event. He's now in the Final Four. This game's for many of thousands of dollars. Playing against Henry, who is the best player to ever step on the virtual gridiron, literally ever. Henry's on offense right now. Rockets, Chicago Bears need audibles from gun bunch offset to gun tight and immediately quick snaps. You see how fast that was? And by a result of it being so fast, we see the user defender is on the DT. Cole is now out of position. Probably going to be something wide open for Henry. And he takes a check down, although it looked like he had a corner out open. No issue with that. 2nd and 9. And Cole, if Cole wants to compete defensively in this game, he's got to be so fast because Henry's going to audible a ton. I think it's like 60, 70% of the time they're audibling out of their base formation and then quick snapping. So he's got to be ready right here, bringing the safety down. Let's see. And this time he was actually. And that was a little bit of a contested throw. Cole, so both these guys have film on one another. I assume Cole, I got to give him the benefit of the doubt and assume that he's done a ton of preparing and watching what Henry's been doing. Something to note is that he's running a ton of zone. An easy way to tell that is that he's baseline. These corners are way out away from the end man on the line of scrimmage for the offense. And they are pressed, saying that they are in zone, basically. You can't really be in man coverage from this look. The game would move you in typically, right? He's probably going to do some cross-manning, though. And he actually does man up that guy onto the... See, immediately, he immediately... Like, this is so cool. He immediately goes against what I even just said, which is a basic line of thinking that this guy is more likely in some kind of zone and going out here. And we actually broke this down in the last video with Cole, and he mans him onto the halfback, knowing that Henry's going to do a lot of things with the back out of the backfield. Henry doesn't recognize that immediately and actually risks... That could have been picked off, and if it was, it would have just been a great defensive play. Henry gets 7 out of it. Immediately, though, we see Cole making a really good defensive adjustment. Super, super good defensive adjustment. It's cool to see. We have threat detector on offense, so we're going to be saying boom, boom, and you can assume we're going to have these 5 dudes, or these 3 dudes coming too. So sending a 5-man blitz right here. Got to assume halfback out of the backfield. Yeah, wheel flat, slant. And... Ooh, actually got cooked, but the blitz came in. I love this adjustment from Henry. Okay, a little bit of a stream error right there. Awesome. Love to see that from the boys over at EA. And we're back. 4th and 6, man. So he is manning up this outside corner onto the halfback frequently, and you just don't see that very often. It's a really good adjustment. And right now he's going to switch it up. He's dropping back into a quarter. This curl flat, I don't think this curl flat's going to do anything, honestly. I'm curious to watch what he does right here. If he maybe muddies up some interior read or something. We're going to see. He does maybe a little bit, but awesome defense. Tries to hit him in the seam, the vert hook on the right side, and Cole gets a stop immediately. We've talked about this throw so many times where this looks like a flat out here. It really does. Look how he's shuffling out. So Henry's trying to hit the seam right here before he breaks into his corner route. The route goes like this. Henry's trying to hit him in the seam, but it's actually a vert hook, and he's able to get up there. Mike Haynes, even if it wasn't a pick, it could have been a swat. Ideally, you've got to try. I mean, obviously, you can't. He didn't do anything wrong. Ideally, though, it becomes a pick 6 because you only have one fat man to beat. But Cole, first MCS major appearance, would become oldest player to make a final since Kerry Q last year. Oldest MCS champion of all time with 29 years. He's 30 basically. First man played 01. My first man was 05. 29 years old. Jasper Tennis. Really, I really thought he's just a Chargers fan. I kind of assumed because he's a Charger fan, he was probably in like San Diego or something. Or LA, because he has some Charger stuff behind him. But okay, in Jasper, Tennessee. Don't know where that is in relation to Tennessee, but cool. All right. Hey, boys, a brief pause in the video. I want to show you guys this. I have built this website from top to bottom with my own 2 hands. I learned how to develop, how to code, how to graphic design, everything with the intentions of making you a better Madden player. I've taken people from 10 weekend league wins to 20 weekend league wins. I've taken people from non-competitive, barely playing, to beating professional Madden players in tournaments. You get access to entire offensive guides, entire defensive guides, and code premium, which is in the top of the description, gets you 25% off. I want to see you in there. Go to the description, click the link, use code premium, and start winning more games, all right? He's going to be rocking a lot of bunch on offense, but you're going to see him do some pretty unorthodox stuff. Immediately motioning across in the play bunch trail. Let's see, he's able to pick up the blitz, and ooh, I mean, he just got screwed right there. I'll be honest. That's a good play. Look, very, 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 very simple play design on that. Watch this. So he probably has a feeling that Henry's sending this guy off the edge. And so he motions this guy across to just quickly attack this flat, right? Boom, boom. Basically, if this guy comes and this guy bails for any reason, there's no one that can really defend that flat. And he's right. He's open, but gets swatted right there. Almost a D-line pick, which would have been the worst thing ever. Honestly, good play from Cole right there. You could tell he's pretty. I think he's pretty smart the way he attacks on offense. I will say he's not just running. He's not just spamming a couple different money plays. He's not just calling things kind of at random. I think there's a lot of thought going into a lot of these play calls. It's pretty impressive to see. See what he has right here. User's gonna take him up the seam. He might force it. He is gonna force it. Why didn't he highball it? That would have been a tutty. Oh, man, huge mistake from Cole right there. That's a touch high ball. And it's so weird. That's such a normal high ball throw. Like, it's not even like high ball at touchdown or it gets knocked out. I can't believe he didn't high ball it. Wow. Good job making the tackle, right? Yeah, to keep Henry from getting 6. But dang, that should have been a touchdown. Or at the very least, just a bad catch animation, knockout. Wow. What a huge mistake. That almost looks like, I don't know if it's like a panic thing, maybe. I don't know. That's such a huge mistake on that one, though. Yeah, now Henry's got an idea of what Cole's doing. So if Cole's going to man up this guy right here, right, onto the halfback, which Henry's smart enough to realize that he's doing a lot of the time. If Henry just runs a basic flood on this side, especially with this outside guy, there's really not much they can do to take away this deep corner out. This guy would have to beat him in would have to man up onto him to be able to take it away, or this guy would have to be in a 25, 30 yard flat, which isn't realistic because then you need him in a deep zone, right? That's the issue with this man up right here, is that it limits a lot of what you could do on this entire sideline. I know there's a lot of drawing right there, but it makes sense. And yeah, Henry's going to be able to attack that pretty easily. I like the adjustment from Cole, and I'm guessing we're going to see him get away from it, possibly, because Cole knows that that's a big weakness of that adjustment. And we'll see. Henry's going right back to the same play to see what he does again. And yeah, and immediately Cole is dropping this guy back into a quarter. So now we're going to see this corner out get bagged. Henry able to put it in this pocket right here, just barely. Cole's super fine with that. And yeah, it's a good adjustment from Cole. Good job by Henry going right back to the same play, making Cole have to show that adjustment. Because a lot of people will spam that same defense over and over again. And, Henry would have just scored a touchdown right there. And yeah, Cole, again, look, this is that corner. He's now dropping back into a quarter, which is opening up this seam throw for the halfback seam wheel, which is exactly what that man-up adjustment from that guy's trying to take away. So it's just kind of a little bit of a chess match what's happening with this guy on the outside. We're actually going to see... Okay. I'm curious. Yeah, he's... Good adjustment. Cool. And kind of an interesting play call from Henry right there. Gets a yard out of it, though. Actually, could that have been fumbled? Possibly. Regardless, so we're just going to see a little handoff right here. No, we're not. Yeah, flat. Wheel. So if this guy bails, realistically, what most likely happens, this guy bails, this is probably going to get thrown to RB. We'll see. Unless he's manned up. He is manned up from the slot corner. Good adjustment from... Picked off. Jeez. Bad read from Henry. I think he had the slant, didn't he? Yeah, has the slant right here. Yep. I don't know if Henry thought the dude would get bumped or what. Atwater's all over it. Just, yeah, honestly, a bad read by Henry. Fine user from Cole, but Cole just stuck... the route combo put Cole's user in a spot where Henry just has to choose correctly, and he just doesn't. Something that a lot of people will do in that situation is that they'll kind of bump in between with their user and kind of put themselves in no man's land. So good job to Cole for committing to one, but the other one was open. The play design worked. It was just a bad read. You gotta watch for this guy coming off that edge possibly. That's what it looked like. Henry just moved Jabril Peppers out there to do. We'll see. Cole in a bad spot on his own 9, though. As long as he doesn't back up too much, he'll be fine. And, yeah, he sent the dogs. That route combo, one of the issues with this style of route combo is you're looking at this guy has to cut at 10 yards. So what? It takes 1.5 seconds to cut. This guy takes 1.5 seconds. If this guy isn't open off the snap, he's just probably not going to be open until deep, which would be, again, 1.5 seconds plus. So the only real hot you have here is your drag underneath, which could be, it could technically be snap thrown, but it looks like there's going to be man coverage right here. Is it? It's not. He's going to bail, but the user's in the middle, so you can't really snap throw it. Blitz comes in about 2 seconds, and you can see, like, these guys are now cutting as he's getting a hit. X is open, right, but it just took so long. I don't love that style of route combo in that situation, just again, because you saw Henry move that middle linebacker out to come off the edge. So you kind of have an idea that he's blitzing you. You'd like to have a little bit faster of an option. This play, I think, is a little bit better, actually. Yeah, he's able to hit a hot. Even though he didn't get 8 yards out of it, he got 2 yards out of it. On 1st and 10, you do that. Now you're on a 2nd and 8. Instead, you're on a 3rd and 17 from your own 3. There's not many play calls here because, again, you can't really call anything that takes too long because you can't risk a sack here. Even throwaways are scary in this situation. You kind of got to, and you got to assume Henry's sending the dogs, right? You got to assume blitz, 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 maybe even blitz, but probably at least a 5-man right here, especially with the user and the safety. And we are going to see, just pressure, high ball. Should have been picked, honestly. Just into traffic. Yeah, that first down play call is what screwed him. And that's when you're so backed up, there's not much you can do. That first down play call screwed him. The defense is has such a huge advantage. It's weird that he's going for on 4th and 17. I watched this live, and I didn't totally get the decision. I'd love to hear why, I guess. There's a couple of different answers in my mind that I immediately think is one, when I saw this live, I thought he had a glitch, especially when I saw this route combo. I'm like, because this is, by itself these are bad, but it's like, okay, is this like a glitch or something? 2 would be that he's like mad and he's not thinking super well. 3 would be that he thinks he has great goal line defense, but on the 3, it's like, I don't know. On the 3, it's hard to, even if you have great goal line defense, but there's no glitch. There's just bagged. It's like, what a weird thing. It was really weird. I was really surprised by this, honestly. But what I'm even more shocked by is that 1st and goal, Henry's staying in gun, which I don't necessarily hate staying in gun, but he's bagged. And Cole shows really good defense on this drive. Cole shows really good defense on this drive, but I'm surprised that we don't really see Henry, like, from the 3, it's so hard to pass down here, and Henry is such a good player. He's so knowledgeable about the game, about his playbook, et cetera, et cetera. I can't believe he doesn't have a run that he's semi-confident in. He hasn't handed the ball off yet this game, I don't think, and I can't imagine he just doesn't have one run that he's semi-confident could at least fall forward, because this is scary. I mean, you've thrown 2 picks to this point, I believe. And right there, he actually got it open, but it wasn't some... This is more on... Watch how this route gets open. This is super on Cole's user. Look, bagged. Cole just has to follow this in route. And look, Cole's user just misplays it a little bit. Had it open, but I mean, it just took a second to develop. And we get to 3rd and goal. I just can't believe that Henry didn't... He didn't run the ball. Yeah, and I guess now on 3rd and 3, I don't know. Now you're like, okay, now I need to dot. So you kind of, if you're in Henry's shoes, he probably would like to run the ball on 1st or 2nd down, but he didn't on either of those. Now on 3rd down, you're like, well, now I feel like I have to pass because I don't want to just pray for I just don't want to pray for a handoff to break. But super weird. I thought this little sequence of how Cole went for on his own 4th and 4th on his own 3, and Henry not running the ball is just super odd. Yeah, even in a game that the run game isn't that good in. We'll see 3rd and goal. Goes back to the same idea of a play. This time, Cole's user much better, doing a good job bumping both B and then getting to X. Great job, has to throw it away. And Henry ends up taking 3 here. So we're going to see Cole back on offense right here. And Cole's now out of bunch. He's coming out in the trio offset week. And he's just going to start off with a simple RPO read. And gets a good gain of about 10 or 11. Keith Byers going to take us to the end of the 1st. And this has been a pretty defensive game. Getting that stop from Cole on the goal line, it was huge. It's insane to think about. But it worked. It worked out, I guess. And again, you got to be thinking, if you're Cole, seeing this look, you got to be thinking blitz, at least a 5-man right here. Especially with that safety you move down, assuming that's a user. It's a 5-man. Good defense. Just not enough time. Yeah, not enough time for these routes to develop. He's looking for C routes, looking for deep corner routes, posts, and stuff like that. Excuse me, and stuff like that. And it's like, Henry's running a blitz that you right now you don't seem to be able to pick up, and maybe he thinks he can pick it up, but until he does, you gotta have a little bit quicker hitting options, and it's hard. It's hard. It's a pretty good defense for Henry. Let's see what he does here. What are we doing? Boom. Yeah, this route. Yeah, you gotta see like this route combo right here. These guys are so close to one another. It's such a hard thing. This is where watching live. This is where Cole got bailed by Henry. Henry just went to sleep, dude. Look, Henry's this high safety. His only responsibility is this right here, right? He's throwing it, but he bails thinking he's gonna go back over the middle, and Cole's able to get his feet in bounds too with that, which almost didn't. But I mean, that could have easily been a user lurk for Henry. He just super fell asleep with his user, which is just kind of an odd mistake to see. I guess Henry really thought he was going to go to that post over the middle. Going to inside zone right here, a read option rather from Keith Byers. Able to pick up nothing. 3 rushes for 13 yards for Cole Bolts right now. And we're going to see him go back to bunch. Let's see what the play call is here. He hasn't ran much Y curl this game, only once. And he goes to Y curl right here. Y curl is actually a touchdown. All right, Tutty. Little pump fake. I don't know. I'm curious if this pump fake was... I wonder what this pump fake was about. Was it just a misclick? I think it was. The pump fake didn't seem to actually make any difference to the play. Touchdown. Jeez. Good dot. Wide open up the seam. Y curl, Y curl is such a good play, and it's really good for attacking really most things, right? Where you have this wheel, you have this seam streak, and right here, I don't know if this guy's an outside third or if it's a man up, but he gets cooked regardless. Had B over the middle too actually get open, which was nice. And just an easy touchdown, which is such a big... Dude, it's so nice when you're in these games. Speaking from like at least how I've always felt about it, when you get like free touchdowns. Because I don't want to say it was a free touchdown, but it's like it was wide open. Like you see that, you don't have to make any crazy pass lead. You don't have to do any crazy... that's not even like a dot. It's just wide open. You just pitch and catch. It's such a good feeling, bro. It's such a sigh of relief, because there will be times in these games where you have to earn some high level touchdowns, and so getting freebies is so nice, which isn't really taking away anything from Cole, but it was wide open. That blitz is coming in really well. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the worst stat lines early in the game that I've seen from Henry playing recently in the MCS. Cole's playing really well on defense. His 5-man's coming in at a super high clip, and he's again, that outside the game he's playing with this outside corner on the halfback side. It seems to be he's doing a good job of it. Doing a really good job of it. See right there, he bailed a little bit, able to check it down. And the thing is that flat's not getting that many yards either. Henry's attacked that flat when that corner's bailed twice now. I think they've combined for 5, 6, 7 yards. So even when he's bailing that corner, it's nothing crazy. Good. Yeah, and again, I mean, we're able to see, I believe that was, so Cole's guess. So Cole, when he mans up this guy, he's guessing that this guy's going to be on a seam, right? So when he guesses wrong, it's going to leave this corner out wide open like we were talking about earlier. So good play call from Henry. Cole's just wrong on defense for the play he's setting up to defend. And now Henry's going to go hurry up. I'd be surprised to see Henry not call that just maybe even over and over again. He's actually going to go to a little bit of a mesh combo right here. Okay. Looking for possibly A in the pocket. Scary, dude, because Cole's user got bumped right there. Cole's user got bumped, able to get it just outside the user. All right, let's go. Henry going fast right now, too. Only down 4. Yeah, he's going right back to that same combo pretty consistently. And you see, again, Cole's kind of setting up, waiting for that seam play, because Henry hasn't ran this seam, right, in a second. He hasn't ran it in a second where it'd be this kind of combo. So Cole keeps on setting up for it, but Henry's not running it at all. Henry keeps on going back to this combo right here, which is just going to keep on cooking, appears to be Ronnie Lott in man coverage, and he's going to consistently cook it. But the 5-man's coming in pretty well for Cole. So even when he is wrong on that guess, that corner route, like we were saying earlier, that corner route takes, a second and a half, 1.5 seconds to actually break and get open. Here, we go back to that seam play, and look, Henry calls it correctly, where Cole's now like, okay, let me defend this corner route. Right? Cole's dropping this guy back to defend what he thinks is a corner route coming, this route combo, right here. But instead, we see flat, slant, seam. And it's just a little game. It's just a little game with, you know, I mean, really, Henry's doing a great job, but really just isolated. I don't know how many times he's even attacked away from the halfback yet. He's really just isolating that half of the field. And I like that a lot. It makes the game easier for yourself. You're only calling, you know, 2-3 plays and just super isolating one side of the field. It makes the reads easier for yourself so you don't mess up. We'll see what he does right here. It takes off. Whew. Whew. I'm always such a big advocate for if there's anything you're going to leave open on a defense, the middle of the field's where. Good job by Henry attacking it. It's always so scary because like a dive right here maybe trips him up and then he gets hit stick, fumble. Just good pocket from Henry. And if you're Cole, if you're going to leave anything open, the middle of the field, you know, it's a big opportunity for the offense to make the correct play and still get kind of screwed. So good play by Henry. Cole now down, not down for the first time in the game, but down 10-7, needs to answer back somehow, doing that motion over. And this time you see the motion over is actually going to carry a defender. So Henry's in some kind of man defense right here. And I haven't seen this kind of route combo ran in really this Madden at all. Just basic flood on the left, little scissor kind of, and he's able to hit the drag. I haven't really seen that motion across flood like that, though, too often. Clock, I mean, 2 timeouts, minute 30. You have all the time in the world, kind of. Not too bad. Ooh, able to make a miss. Henry got greedy with the strip and is able to make a miss for an extra gain of 4 or 5. Going turbo now. Let's see, audibling from trio offset weak to the bunch. See the mana line across the board. Going to hand it off. Going to cut up the middle. Keith Byers get caught from behind. Could have been a bigger run. Down to the 45 now. In field goal range within a yard or so. I can't remember if these stadiums have wind in them or not. I don't know. Within a yard or so of field goal range. I'm curious if he plays more for the field goal. Going with the swing. Does he go with the swing pass? He actually had it, but he has a seam instead. Ooh. So this is the first time we've seen this game from him, but he ran it some last game where he goes with a swing. He actually has this open. I can't tell if it's in my face cam or not, but right above the face cam. But the seam from the tight end goes like this, and it's able to beat the man coverage. Henry's user bit way too far down. And a better pass lead on that could have gotten him a more favorable animation to get even more yards out of it. He hasn't used a timeout yet, though. 11-second runoff. I feel like you should use a timeout right there. Looking, doesn't matter. Able to get down into the end zone. Y curl again. This time Henry's user's in the vicinity of it. Right, he's going boom, boom. Love this route combo. Actually could have snap thrown Y as well. This time it's bag, but look what happens over here. We have a drag from the outside wide receiver and then a wheel from the slot. A little bit of bumping happens and able to hit that. But really, it's just kind of a textbook little rub combo on the right. I don't know how often these guys actually bump into each other, but you could see, even off the snap, actually, this guy gets super bumped, and then the drag doesn't even really do much. The slot corner just gets super bumped off the snap, and Cole's into the end zone. With 19 seconds on his own 25, this is such a big opportunity for Henry to be able to cut it to 1. I mean, Cole, so many games are won and lost in these types of situations. Henry getting a little aggressive, going over the middle of the field, has all 3 timeouts, so I guess he's not even looking for the flat in that case. That was a situation where, you know, if Henry gets unlucky, that ball gets popped up, and opportunity for a tip pick. Ball fell dead, though. 2nd and 10. Let's see. I can't even remember how this drive actually ends, but huge opportunity for both guys to put themselves in a great spot. Yeah, Henry, I would be surprised to see this man up to the halfback in this situation, just because giving up the seam isn't the worst thing ever. I got to assume this could be a bailout, especially now with the halfback going across the field. It's probably going to be some kind of, pretty, kind of a predictable route combo, and honestly, Cole isn't in a great spot to defend this, because think about what can defend this corner out here. With a clear out, not a deep zone, this guy can't defend it, right? Even if he's in a 25-yard flat, he can't defend it. This guy can't defend it, because if he's in man coverage, he's probably going to get cooked. This guy could defend it in a 25-yard flat, right? But he's probably in a deep zone. And, yeah, great play call from Henry. Super good play call from Henry. I'm a little surprised. Yeah, the defense, obviously, super hindsight speaking. But yeah, the defense wasn't great from Cole right there. Besides, he sent that 5-man. It made Henry have to throw that kind of fast. 10 seconds, though. Let's see. Let's see what Henry's able to do. See what Cole comes up with. All the way in tight slots again. Just needs about 10 yards to get into field goal range. High ball seam. Got it. Yep. Ooh, almost got out. He's going to end up taking 3 here. Let's see what happens on really across the board right here. I think he sends... Does he send this blitz? Yeah, so he sends the dogs. This guy mans up on the A route. Henry... Oh, he got clicked onto the D tackle as well. Yeah, good job by Henry recognizing that immediately and taking advantage of it, getting into field goal range to cut it to a 1-point game. Yeah, I mean, this has been a bonkers game. Cole has ball starting the second half right now. This has been such a... Very rarely do you see someone who hasn't made a live event before go match up... I mean, play pretty much toe-to-toe with the best player in the world, right? A lot of times, for this to be the score, in this situation, you'd see like maybe Henry's making a ton of uncharacteristic mistakes. Maybe he's getting, Cole's getting lucky. Not Cole, but the opponent's getting lucky. This is just playing great. And he answers right back with an overthrow. Oh, was that Y-curl? That was Y-curl. Look again, this DB just takes a second. So he actually has a step. This guy's rotating middle. Has it. Put the ball a little bit too far. Oh, man. That's rough. It was a good ball, good dot, good recognition. Cole's going to go off to this Y-trips right now. Quick snap it. Blitz got him. I saw him throw that ball on the goal line last game. I wonder how consistent this is at beating man coverage, because this is just straight man right here. It's even kind of pressed. He throws it on the break. I wonder how consistent that is at doing that. I really don't know. If it's consistent, it's a great hot read. I haven't seen that this year really at all, and that's a stock curl if I'm not mistaken on that play. I could be wrong, but I believe it's a stock curl. That seam, look how bad that seam cooks his defender, bro. Watch this. Like this play, this is a stock seam route. Watch how bad this cooks this man up. Whoever it's from the safety this time. And then it gets a drag open. The user takes away the corner out. Good recognition. He's doing a really good job, I feel like, of getting to different parts of the field. Recognizing that, hey, this route was bagged and moving on. So many people stare down routes. And when you can recognize bagged, get to my next route, it's such a plus for you in offense, because every second matters on a lot of these routes. Bagged, ooh, scary rushing up the middle like that with the user right there. Saying it saves from bunch. What's he going to? Is he going to like a little Texas right here maybe? We haven't seen that much from this game besides like 1 or 2 plays. Motion out. Is it going to be like, what play are we calling? Takes a delay. Oh, he couldn't snap it. That's what it was. You can't see his reaction, but the way he just reacted, he was definitely spamming A, and he couldn't snap it. That's so annoying in the game, bro, because it's just inconsistent. We are going to bunch trail, looks like. You got to watch the tight end over the middle. I bet Henry see. Oh, no? He called bunch trail, but going with just a basic flood on the right. High ball. See, he's not highballing it, and it's like, bro, that could get picked, right? This is a... Maybe it can't. In that specific situation, maybe it can't, but it's so close. I think sometimes this guy's closer, and he could pick it. Maybe I might be wrong. That's scary as heck, though. The user's just a step behind. Good recognition seeing the win off the line of scrimmage, because you can tell when those C routes are going to get open off the line of scrimmage. Sees the win off the line of scrimmage. Sees the user's a step behind. Can't get there. So good job by him. But dang, bro. Going to that swing. Swing is super bagged right here, but crosser this time. Jeez, I mean, he's running this play with that seam so often. This time runs it with the cross. Great job. Let's see, where does the user go here? User looking middle for some kind of drag, but instead he just runs a spot route. Corner route kind of bagged, but the crosser. Great click on by Henry right there to almost make a play. Yeah, so we're gonna see. I mean, literally, I think we're just seeing this chess match of so for this route combo, if he's here, the corner route's gonna get open. If he bails, you're gonna probably see Henry attack the flat or back to the middle. Let's see. Boom, corner route's open. Yeah. So I mean, it's just Man, I like that. I like that route combo by Henry. I like what Henry's doing a lot. Really, I mean, it's almost pretty consistently. It's just this opposite halfback side of the field is just kind of irrelevant to the way Henry's playing right now. And that's not to say Henry doesn't have plays that attack that side of the field. It's not what I'm saying. But with the style of defense that Cole's consistently running, he's just attacking the side of the field consistently. And this drag right here, look at this, like gets into this little pocket. A lot of people wouldn't attack this. But even against man or zone, this flat route is going to push a flat defender all the way to the sideline, giving a little pocket right here. It's a good hot read. Yeah, I like that. Only thing I don't love is I wish this post was like slower somehow of getting into the middle of the field, but it's still a great play. Yeah, it does a great job regardless. Henry this time going for... Ooh. Oh, that could have easily gotten knocked out. Easily could have been knocked out. Henry's able to put it right in the seam. Good defense. Maybe... Yeah, look at this. So, defender bailing here. This guy's going straight. So, pass lead up and in. Side of him. Catch it. Look at the light up. This could get knocked out. Just doesn't. Okay. Yeah, Cole's probably a little annoyed that it didn't get knocked out, but good dot by Henry recognizing where he can put that ball. That's a big thing with pass leading. Like, that's why a lot of routes can be open for one person, not open for another. Touchdown. Is just because of the pass lead. And Henry does a good job recognizing that on that and then able to score. We're going to see Cole back in offense. 21-21 in just over 6 minutes remaining in the game. Henry in the 3-3 Cub defense still. Motion over. He's going to see that follow across. Let's see what that route combo is. Gonna push it all the way to the sideline. Able to get it? No, not able to get it. Actually got knocked out as well, it appears. Cole running this Texas route over the middle. Good user right here holding. Nothing really there. Across, just good defense. Great job. Again, like something else that like you do if you're a good player is you get bagged, right? Recognize you're bagged. Steps up a little bit. Able to barely get away from this guy coming. And then able to get yards on a player bagged on. Like there's skill in that, bro. A lot of people have to throw that ball away. And able to, that would have been 3rd and 10, which obviously puts you in a spot where, 3rd and 10, let's say you get cheated on 3rd and 10, knockout, whatever. Now you're on 4th down. You could lose the game right there. Keep and being able to make something out of avoiding negative plays is such a big deal. But then if you're able to take that a step further and turn what should be negative and or neutral plays into positive plays, I mean, it just does so much. Read option. Let's see. Should be the read key. Bails takes it. All right. Got to take this all the way to the 4th quarter now. Yeah. 2nd and 6. Trio offset weak. Running, going to halfback base now out of gun bunch. All right. Is he? Or is he calling a pass play? It looked like it was base. Yeah, base. Trying to chew some of the clock with them, it appears. 3rd and 4 now. Always scary, man. It's always such a... I'm always so conflicted on what to do here. Because like, there's an argument of like, man, if you don't let Henry see the ball here, right? Like you're like, do not, you have the ball right now. You could chew the rest of this game, technically. The other argument is, and this is kind of how I always feel about it, I don't know if one's right or wrong, is the biggest key for Cole here isn't chewing. It's to get 7 and chew within that, right? If the ball's in bounds, take the clock down to 1, et cetera, et cetera. Chew within that, but it's not about, the goal isn't to chew, it's to get 7 and chew within that scheme. That's how I've always felt about it. Goes to like right here, for example, make sure you stay, like to accomplish that, make sure you stay in bounds. And now the next play should take you all the way down to 1 second, right? That's how I always feel about it. So many times what you'll see a lot of people do is in these situations that they're like, okay, I gotta chew. So on first and second down, they run the ball, and a lot of people just aren't good runners, or not that many good run plays. So they get themselves into like a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5 situation. Let's say they get bagged and or cheated and just don't pick up the 4th down or the 3rd down. Now, because they wasted their first 2 plays, they're on a 4th down for the game, essentially. So I like this decision to pass right here, actually, over the middle. Ideally, you get to like a 2nd and 1 right here. You pick up the 1st down, cool. Milk the clock all the way down, but don't play to. I'm trying to think of the right way to word. I think play to score 7 and milk within that. I think to me is the big key there. And there is differences though. If you're one of the best offensive players in the world, run the first 2 plays, right? Because you get down to a third, like you're one of the best offensive players in the world. You'll pick up the 3rd, 4th down, whatever. But if you're not, then you got to be playing to get that 7 points. This is an interesting play call right here. Worked out perfectly though. Well, how weird is that? Yeah, you can see Henry's face. He's a lot of pancakes on that. Whatever. 2nd inches. Right here's probably a rundown. Second inches, you'll probably pick up the 1st down. You'll get an inch. And then if you don't get it, you're 3rd and inches, 4th and inches. You'll probably get it. Looks like he's going to a pass play here. Going to that little swing play, but is it the seam play with the swing? Let's see. Seam. Oh, that's right. Watch this live. What happens here, man? Oh. Let's see. So immediately this time, technically you could throw Y off the break. User bails inside. I think, did he get screwed? Let's see. So on the ISO, we saw him run a similar thing here. This guy's releasing inside. This guy bails. User bails. So it's just a one-on-one. If this guy comes, right, he's coming. It's a one-on-one right here. We have inside leverage. Yeah, he's breaking in. This is a drag. Such a good read. It honestly is such a good read. No. People will get hate for this. Like, I know he got hate for this. And it was hard to see what happened when he watched it live. That's just, dude, that's actually the game being bad. That's the game being bad. It's not like this bump, the read right here, like look at the leverage right here, right? Like anybody with eyes can see, okay, if I know this receiver's on a drag, this guy, he's just like, I don't even know, is that man? He has inside leverage like it's man, but the way he plays it off the snap. Look, he's backing off. Is it shade down? Even if it is, I don't love that. I actually don't even think he made that bad of a read. I really don't even think that's a bad read, truthfully. I really don't. I'll stand by that because it makes so much sense. Look, it becomes a one-on-one. If you have that step, you have leverage. It's just basic. It literally is basic leverage. Look, bails, comes, bails, one-on-one. One-on-one, you have, like right here, you're thinking you have that. There's no real bump that could, there's just not, wow. Dang, bro. Dang. Oh, man. I guess, being super, super hindsight would be like, I'm surprised he didn't snap throw Y. And we saw this get open a couple of times. I think it's right behind my face cam, but it has a step. And but it's like, I think that's the correct snap throw. I think he made the right reads. Just got bumped. The only thing I can say, I guess, is I'm curious how often that crappy animation happens in those circumstances, like against that style of defense. If it happens a decent amount, it's like, man, you got to know your playbook, your plays better. But the way it looked was a one-off thing. It really looked like it was a one-off thing. We're going to see Henry run the ball. Now Henry's in a situation where he only needs 3, right? Henry, now see, this changes now because there's more time in the game, or there's less time in the game. Henry, 1, he's one of the best offensive players in the world. He knows it. 2, he only needs 3. He only needs three to win the game. When Cole had the ball, there was so much more time left in the game. To clock it perfectly to where he could kick a game-winning field goal was just super unlikely. where he was on the field with how much time there was in the game, unless he consistently went into 3rd and 4th downs. Whereas now Henry, it's easy to clock this and kick a game-winning field goal. You know, there's an extra. He has a 2-minute advantage in terms of where he has the ball or the time he got with the ball. Again, my opinion. You could definitely disagree with it, I think, but I also, I don't know. It's probably one of those things, in my opinion, where it's like there's not a crazy right or wrong answer. It's just a preference thing. Which people, there's so many football decisions that you'll see in real life too that are preference decisions that people will say, no, this is right or this is wrong. And it's like, dude, like it's kind of a preference. You know what I mean? Do you chase points? Do you not chase points? There's a lot of great Hall of Fame coaches that tell you to chase points or that would chase points, and a lot of great Hall of Fame coaches that would not chase points. You know what I mean? Whoo! There's the opportunity right there. 3rd and 9. Let's see what Cole can do. Jeez. That's a good example of, so Henry got his run blown up on 1st down. Then on 2nd and 9, he's like, okay, I need to pass the ball. I need to pick up the 1st down. Had he ran the ball on 2nd and 9, got to a 3rd and 8, and then that happened, this would be for the game. You know what I'm saying? So even that right there is kind of why I don't love it. Whereas now Henry is giving himself 3 chances to pass the ball, pick it up. Got bagged back-to-back plays. 4th and 13 for the game. Oh, man. Let's see. You can tell, man, it sucks for Cole, but Henry knows without a certain doubt that he's sending a little 5-man heat right here. Big thing for Cole. Make sure you gotta get your defense set up. Make sure you're on your user here. Got to. 5 wide. Henry, remember earlier in this game, we saw a similar look where Henry's going to this corner route. Now Henry knows this guy is not blitzing. There's no icon over him. Henry sees that. Trust me. Let's see what this guy does. For this guy to even matter, he needs to be in a hook or a man up onto one of these guys, truthfully, because the flat won't do anything from where he is. Let's see. He's manned up onto B. Dang. Dang. Oh, right over the middle of the field. Great dot from Henry. Good route combo. Good route combo seam. Yeah, I mean, it's very same thing he ran before half. This is his chunk play, for lack of a better word. And it's a good one at that. Great play. Yeah, we're just gonna see Henry continue to run the ball, get it down here, right, and then ultimately kick 3 to win this bad boy. It appears. Let's see the kick. Let's see it. We're waiting. Perfectly timed. Up and through. GG's. He does have one final play technically. Let's see if anyone has a glitch play right here. It's probably Cole. Motions across. Henry does some. What do you guys do in this situation? Do you guys like the user rush? I'm not a fan of it. I'm actually not a fan of it in this situation. I think just sprint straight back to the user. And the idea with the user rush is that you just get him before he can get down the field. But I think just sprint straight back to the user, I think. But, I mean, there's so many. I don't think there's right or wrong. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe. There's more of these coming. Henry's now onto the finals. Great game to Cole. It's very cool to see an underdog. But Henry is the GOAT for a reason.